Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Monday Nights with Massetti and Friends. We've got the whole gang here. We've got James all the way from Dallas. We've got Steve from Southern California. And Trevor's over in San Luis, and Kevin and I are here in our hometown of Madera. So welcome. Thanks for joining us. How is everybody?
Hey, guys.
Well? Great.
Doing
good. Got the week started nice, so it's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. J-Dog's wrapping up a first year at SMU this week. Next
11
week, I guess.
days. 11 days.
Hey, do you know do you have to take that final, or do you know yet?
I don't have to take it.
Attaboy.
Nice.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, he pretty much aced that one. Trev, you've got about 2 months and a half left, huh?
Yeah.
1.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Very good.
And then school's out forever.
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah, out for good, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? What are you gonna do, Trev?
I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
I mean, they haven't converted your room yet, right?
No, not yet.
Okay. We got a good plan then.
Yeah. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good deal. Well, I know you're gonna do whatever you do. You're gonna do great. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Please let us know where you're watching from. That's good advice there.
Yeah.
I was going to say
things.
that, Trev. See if you can stretch this out a couple more years, dude.
I've heard that a lot. Yeah.
You haven't heard that from Mom and Dad, have you?
No, not those ones.
I didn't think so. I didn't think so. That's all right, though.
Yeah.
If you do, you do. So we are getting ready to kick our pulling season into high gear, you could say. 2 weeks, May 10th, the day before Mother's Day, we are going to have Max Cackle's event in Dixon, the Dixon May Fair. That's a fun little event, very tight pit area. So if you're planning on going to pull, get there early and just plan on a tight pit area. So that's a neat event. The following weekend, that's on Saturday night. The following Friday, May 16th, we are going to kick off the MLM season for this year, right in Chowchilla, just up the road. So that'll be a good show. We're looking forward to kicking off our season in Chowchilla. Kind of exciting news for our season. I just signed the contract for the Alameda County Fair in Pleasanton.
Nice.
Pretty neat to bring pulling into that market. They haven't had a pull, over 20 years ago when I started doing this. I would send them a proposal or call, and they're all about horse racing. Well, this year, the first time in a long time, they are not having horse racing at the Alameda County Fair. So I've been talking to Jason, and we got everything lined up. In fact, I'm going for a visit to their facility tomorrow to check it out, figure out where the pits are and whatnot. But it's pretty exciting to add this to our schedule. But it's not just one pull; it's 3. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 nights of pulling in one place.
In one place.
Congrats, Brian. That's really awesome.
So,
when they go in, they go all in, huh?
Yeah, no shit. But this fair covers 4 weekends.
Oh my God.
So I think we are the second weekend of the fair, because the weekend prior we have an event in Stockton, and the weekend after we have Willits. But I think the fair's closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but that is a big ass fair. So it's pretty exciting.
And you got the premiere weekend. Number 2 is obviously number 1.
Obviously,
so
yeah.
Good. It's great.
They're going to peak
the first weekend.
on the second week, yeah. That's great.
Okay.
That's
I'll
really
go
good.
with
That's
that.
really good.
So,
We're trying to make you feel good, Brian, but
I
you should feel
appreciate it.
good. It's pretty awesome. Like that's phenomenal.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, but it is pretty exciting. So we're looking forward to that. So anyways, that's what we got coming up next couple weeks. We're really going to be pulling a lot. So, but tonight I'm excited that we have David and Matthew Leinfelder joining us, the Leinfelder brothers. If you've been to any of our pools, you've seen the White Lightning tractor. So we will get them brought in. There's Matt, and there is David. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Got 'em.
Appreciate you both being here. Love
Yeah.
the fact.
Thanks for having
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, thanks you. Thanks.
So
I gotta say right off the bat, I like David's haircut.
Yeah.
yeah,
Me too.
Kev's right in there with you guys. So,
Screw the rest of you guys with your
Brian, how
fancy
did you
hair.
get lucky on that one?
I don't know. I mean, it's all gray, but it's all there. So I don't know. I guess you just take what you get. So, anyways, but so I don't know if you guys have seen our show, but we like to spend a little bit just getting to know our guests a little bit outside of pulling, talk a little bit of pulling, and then James has a pretty awesome Facebook Marketplace game we play. So just we'll just say, Matt, you can go first. Maybe tell us where you guys are from and tell us what you do, Matt, every day outside of pulling.
Okay. So I guess we're in San Joaquin County, east of Stockton. Grew up. If anybody's familiar with Escalon area, that's kind of our stomping ground. On a daily basis, I work in the vegetable seed business. So I work for a company that breeds different vegetable varieties, and we do research on them and then produce seed and sell it all over the world.
That's cool. David, what do you do?
So I work for Holt, California, which is the Caterpillar dealer in the Sacramento, Stockton area. And I help different manufacturers or even end user customers install Caterpillar engines and whatever they're trying to do. So I work with the Florida Industries, the OMCs, Thomas, Jackrabbit, all those nut harvest manufacturers that put a Caterpillar engine in their machine. I work with them. I also work with the individual farmers to put an engine on a well pump or a booster pump or whatever else. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is cool. You were also very instrumental in Trevor's senior project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seemed like a good fit, I think.
Yeah.
Have a nice brand new Caterpillar engine in that little sled and get the Cat brand out there.
Definitely.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope there's going to be a big old cat sticker on the side.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. They're coming along on that. That'll be exciting to see that roll out. But we appreciate you helping them with that for sure.
Yeah, you bet. It looked great when I was there for open house. It's come a long way.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Now, do you have any other siblings, or is it just the two of you?
We have a sister. So
We have
yeah, Matt's the oldest. My sister's in the middle, and then I'm the youngest.
Okay. Cool. She didn't get the tractor pulling bug?
No.
no.
Just too smart for that.
Yeah, she also has the PhD. So yes.
There you go.
Well, yeah.
Smart.
Now, did you both go to Cal Poly?
Yes.
Yes.
You did? Okay. Were you ever there at the same time, or is there a bigger age gap?
Yeah, we're 6 years apart, so we didn't overlap at Cal Poly.
Okay, cool.
So
I
Matt,
got out
Matt got out in 5 years at least. We know that.
Yeah, that's right. I did.
That's pretty good.
I got out and he went in.
Nice. That was
He
nice of
wasn't
you.
on the 8-year plan.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say about Cal Poly. I mean, getting out in 4 years is like leaving the party at 9 o'clock.
Too early.
Boy, you're not helping our
Hasn't
cause
even
here at
got
all.
fun
Thanks.
I mean, it
Two
sounds
more
like you
years,
messed
Trev.
up, Trevor.
I know. I think I need to start booking classes or something.
I think they've changed that though. I think they want you out in 4 years now because there's such a high enrollment rate.
I think that's probably right.
Probably. It's funny how they play those games like that. So, is there any history of pulling in your family before you two started with your tractor, or tell us a little bit about how that came about?
Well, there was no history in the family of tractor pulling. It was just something we both went to Cal Poly and really thought it was pretty cool what Cal Poly was doing with their tractors. So I was in the ag engineering program when I went there, so I was very close to the tractor pulling program, and caught the bug that way. And I just dragged my brother along with me.
About his sophomore year, he came to me with a proposal. And I said, okay, what is it? He said, I think we need to build a pulling tractor. And I said, okay, you need to do some research. Because as you know, a blown V8 is probably way out of our budget most of the time.
So
we
gonna
did our
ask.
research. Well, so the Allison engine, like what's in one of the Cal Poly's tractors and several others in the circuit, was an interesting option, but then we decided to be unique. So, David came up with the idea of putting a helicopter turbine in it. So then I really said, you need to do your homework.
No kidding.
And figure this out. So that started the ball bouncing.
So you also didn't have a history with the turbine engines, that you've just learned and developed all your knowledge through the tractor, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we first started thinking about using a turbine, of course, we did homework, like my brother said, but we also got in touch with Tim Arfons, and if anybody involved in tractor pulling has probably heard the Arfons name from way back, Art Arfons and then his son Tim. We got in touch with him, and that's where we bought our first engine, was through him, and just learned what we can learn when we would talk to him on the phone and when we met with him in person. Learned everything we could from him, and then pretty much everything else has just been learning as we go. So
I mean, if you really want to learn, you got to start doing it. So you did.
exactly.
I got to tell you, you did a lot more homework than I would have, or research than I would have, because I would have thought, let's see, blown V8 versus a helicopter turbine. There's no way I would have thought that would be cheaper. I would have not looked into it. So well done on that one.
Like, don't even think about that.
No, if that's how I'm doing research, I'm like, I don't think so, and then I stop.
I don't think that's called research,
Makes
Steve.
So you're
Agree
saying
to disagree.
You're saying a turbine engine is economically more feasible than a blown V8, or it was at the time.
Hey, he did the research, Kevin. You can't question it.
No, I'm asking. Like that's.
I don't want to throw mud in anybody's eye, but we've been running this thing for 20 plus years, and we've never torn it apart. All we've ever done is
Good Lord.
change the oil in it a few times.
See, he's looking at the
Wait,
whole
a few
life cycle
times in
cost.
20 years?
Yeah, I mean, we don't push it past its design limits. I mean, it's running just like the same horsepower it would in a helicopter. So, And
Wow.
it's designed to run for 1,000 hours or whatever between overhauls, and we've run it for
That's a
10
lot of
minutes at a
pulls.
time.
Yeah.
So
Pulls like that long. So
we just keep pulling.
Wow.
see, that's good. You look at the life cycle cost and see, I would have looked at it like, how much does it cost at the beginning? I'm done. But this is very good. You guys, Kevin, you might want to start thinking
About
your next project.
yeah. Sure. So you could drive
Yeah.
that thing around, like you're not going to burn it down. Like,
I mean, we don't, because it's only running for 5 to 10 minutes at a time when we're warming up and such. We don't have to worry about the oil getting too hot. We don't have an oil cooler on it. But if we just drove it around, like if I drove it to work, yeah.
yeah. It'd be awesome one time.
We'd start cooking the oil out after a little while.
I see. Makes sense.
So a helicopter normally would have an oil cooler on it.
Yeah.
Huh.
What is it with the turbine engines, your tractor and Nick's, at the end of the pull, you can't back up? Like what's happening? Is it super hard to explain, or is it?
No, it's not super hard to explain. So with the helicopter engine, you got basically a jet engine, just like, on any other airplane, but it's pushing that thrust into what's called the power turbine. And it's a free spinning turbine. It's not connected to the rest of the engine. So it's just the thrust pushing into that turbine and spinning the output shaft. So when we put it into gear, we just have a disc brake on the driveline. There's no clutch. So you stop the driveline with the disc brake, that power turbine stops, put it into gear, let off the brake, and you start rolling. So it's almost like a air torque converter.
Okay.
Like if you think about a torque converter and an automatic transmission, it's kind of similar concept. And so your question about stopping at the end of the pass, that thrust is still pushing against the turbine when you're in gear and stopped. So there is still torque on the drivetrain. And so you cannot forcibly pull that gear shifter out of gear with everything still loaded up.
We literally slip the clutch. It's, we let the driveline spin just a fraction of an inch to put it in and out of gear. So when we're tight on the chain and got all that thrust still spooling down, there's no way for us to slip the driveline.
Okay.
And so you literally have to like slack off the chain with, by moving the sled forward. So at that point we could slip the driveline and, basically pull the chain tight and take it out of gear, but it's just, you're already moving it forward. So.
Okay, cool. And then by the time you drive away from the track, it's settled down enough to where you can pop it out.
Yeah, you've unloaded the drivetrain at that point.
Gotcha.
So.
It doesn't have a load on it. That's cool. Yeah, how
Only
do you
not-
do that fire show?
Yeah, once you unhook the chain, there's no load on it, and we can just roll
Do
right
as you
off.
please. Yeah. Okay. So Donnie has a good question there. How do you do that?
The afterburner is it's a little tricky in how you make that work on something that wasn't originally designed to do that. So there's a little controller and a couple relays to control some valves and an extra fuel pump. And there's a point where for a split second you shoot a streak of fuel into the combustion chamber of the engine, and it shoots fire through the turbine and the power turbine just for a split second. You don't want to burn your turbines up. But then the main injector is in the exhaust pipe. So that streak goes through the turbine.
It's just like an igniter.
To ignite the main injector at the back, yes.
That's smart. And then you just dump raw fuel in the exhaust side.
Correct.
Yes.
That's badass.
That is a pretty cool part of the show.
It is cool.
That's awesome.
Was that something that you guys just like thought of would be cool, or did you see that somewhere? And
Yeah, we saw it somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, you could.
But
you could have
yes,
lied to
we thought
us.
it would be cool.
Awesome.
Which it is. I mean,
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
I
Pretty
think
rad.
if anything, if we, we don't usually win the event. I mean, when we do, we're very happy, but we're not usually in first place, especially when there's higher horsepower machines out there. But I think we always give the crowd a good show.
For sure.
Absolutely.
that's for sure.
I want to
It's-
know where the White Lightning name came from.
Oh, that just came out of thin air.
Literally.
There's no good story
I think he
behind
was
that one.
hoping
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
he
was
was hoping
hoping-
there was like a backstory with like your ancestors in Tennessee who were moonshiners.
Yeah.
So next
No.
time somebody asks, maybe go that direction.
we just
Well-
were randomly throwing around names at one point, and then that one just stuck.
And, th-
That's a good name. I mean, it fits.
and then once the tractor was all decaled, we thought of about 5 better names.
For sure.
See, that's the problem with research. When you keep thinking, like you realize, oh, man, if you just stop thinking, you didn't make a mistake. You're fine.
Steve really does not like research.
I guess not.
Yeah.
No, a limited amount. But once you've done enough, you've done enough.
Just stop there. Yep.
You know, you mentioned your sister has a PhD. Steve doesn't exactly have a PhD, but he is far more educated than Kevin and I. So he,
I do have a doctorate degree, a Juris Doctorate, JD. It's a doctor. You can call me doctor if you want.
Yeah, I'm not going to. But anyways,
My
Dr.
wife has
Steve.
one of those too.
Does she? Does she
That's
practice?
Yes.
If she does, oh, I got out of that a long time ago. I call myself a recovering attorney.
That'd be a good name for a tractor.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it seems like it's
There you
kind of a theme around here. But
Stop thinking, start drinking.
so
I'm there.
with your, is there a for each one of you? Is there a specific pull or a pass down the track that you can recall that just stands out as either being like exceptionally good or exceptionally shitty? Anything that you want to share over the years you've been driving it?
I've got probably one of both. I think, one that stands out is literally our first pass down the track. It didn't have paint, it didn't have fenders, but it was at Cal Poly. We've been building it up for 2+ years, and we really wanted to get it running for open house the first time. And so it was first time down the track. We didn't know what was going to happen, and I think we ended up winning that pull at Cal Poly that year. And so that was pretty rewarding after you'd been working on something for a couple of years and not having a clue what you're doing.
Next thing you know, you're undefeated.
Well, yeah, one of them end of the season, and we're undefeated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was probably one rewarding moment. One really bad moment, I think, was a year or so ago when I was going down the track in Chowchilla and with my front end about completely up in the air. So,
I remember that one.
yeah, and that was just due to some bad calculating on the weight distribution when we readjusted the weight class. So, yeah, that one wasn't super rewarding.
I remember that well also.
You could have shut me down, Brian.
I know, but
I think
know
you
you
broke
guys
the
have-
switch at the time.
I broke the brake switch, the box brake. I broke that off. But anyways, nobody got hurt. It's all good. So
Yeah.
how about you, David?
Well, I can think of a rewarding one. It was actually our second year pulling the tractor. It was my 5th year at Cal Poly, so 5th year was the best year. Trevor, take note. and I was the president of the club at the time, and so I was helping run the show and doing a whole bunch of things. So my brother pulled White Lightning, and just the whole year of the year before building tractor, and the whole that year being president of the club and putting on the show. He pulled the tractor, and he went over 300 feet and won the class. And I was just jumping for joy, just beside myself because of everything that had happened for the last 2-3 years before that. So that was pretty cool.
It's a nice capstone on your experience as part of the club. That's great.
Yeah,
That is cool.
So Donnie just asked how you guys decide who's going to drive. I was going to ask, what's the purport? Are you 50-50, or how do you work that out?
Yeah, we just go back and forth.
Yeah, we literally, I think, figure out who's going to drive the first pole, and then from there on, the rest of the year, we just back and forth.
Nice.
That's great.
Nice.
I think we used to Rochambeau, but then why don't we just go back and forth?
Makes sense.
A little more even that way, yeah.
Now, David, you mentioned your wife. You're married. Do you guys have kids?
I do not, but Matthew, he's got a son.
Yep.
You have one.
I have
How old is?
one 9-year-old.
Okay. Cool. Very
I
good.
have one 9-year-old too.
And a couple others.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just meant one of them is 9.
Yeah.
Last week we found out you had a 12-year-old that was going on whatever the hell.
About 30. I'm
John
pretty
said,
sure
yeah.
it's 30.
I think he had a 12-year-old daughter going on 30, and you said you have one of them too.
Yeah.
Boy, let's see who we have next week, what age their kids are. We'll try to line them up with yours.
I mean, the odds are pretty good.
Decent shot.
Got a lot of chances. Yep.
Yeah.
Like, don't get anybody too young though. Like, they got to be around my age or your age.
Yeah. When we have multiple drivers, the way we do it, the points
Good
go to the
question.
vehicle. Because actually, for both of the families represented here, there is a different driver quite often. So we keep the points with the vehicle, so it doesn't matter who drives. So,
I mean, it's been that way for forever, right?
as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the right way or the wrong way, but that's how we do it.
So David,
Anyway.
Matt, were you on the Cal Poly tractor pull team or just David?
Just David. I was a crop science major, and I went to the pool every year, but I didn't realize that it was a club too. And
Yeah.
so
So as far as driving, like your tractor, that was the first time you ever hooked to a sled? Was on White Lightning?
yeah, for me, yeah.
Bro, I cannot believe you didn't retire right then. You literally built a brand new
And you
tractor,
won?
never driven any pull before. You win, go out on top.
Well, I will have to say I drove lots of farm tractor prior to
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah,
so-
of course.
They didn't have a turbine engine on them. Right?
No,
It's
didn't
a
have
little
that.
different.
Yeah.
That's
Didn't have the
amazing.
wheel speed either.
Yeah, it's got some wheel speed. That's pretty cool.
That's for sure. So, well, do you guys have any questions for any of us? Matt and David,
I guess you probably answered this before in one of your previous podcasts, but Brian, how did you get into having the sled? I mean, I know you guys had yellow fever for
That's a good
forever,
one.
and how did you decide that you wanted to get a sled and start running a sled?
that is a good question, and I don't know that I've ever answered that. But so you're right. Dad started with yellow fever when Stephen and I were just little guys, before Kevin was even born. So we grew up with that, and then when I was in college, I built another 4-wheel drive truck that we called it the Outlaw. Debuted it at Cal Poly also, but did not win. So we kept going back to try to win. And then in 1999, so Dan Coelho, who recently passed. He had been the promoter focused on four-wheel drive trucks forever. He kind of built the four-wheel drive pulling here in California. I know that Cal Poly was focused more on tractors, and Gary always kind of was with the tractor with PTPA, but Dan did a lot for four-wheel drive pulling, and he started in the mid '70s. So by the late '90s, he'd had 25 years in, and he said, "I'm done." And he's been running his Danco trailers. I'm sure you're both, everybody's familiar with Danco. He built that business up, and very involved in pulling for his whole life. So for several years, he said, I'm not going to do this anymore. It's too much work, whatever. Well, in 1999, he actually came to Dad and I, and he said, "Hey, I'm really done this year, and I think you guys should take over. You've got a business. You could run everything through your business like I do, but I am not doing this anymore." So Dad and I talked, and our dad was not about to run the pulling deal through the business. I mean, the business was already supporting yellow fever, but we didn't want to risk doing the rest of this. So at the time, Paul Leishman and Bruce McClintock, they had, everybody had kind of knew Dan was going to retire, if you will, from the promoting side. So Paul and Bruce convinced me that the three of us could do it together. So that's where MLM, it was Massetti, Leishman, McClintock. So we formed MLM Motorsports. So then Dad and I were talking, and you can't have a pull without a sled. And Gary Fernandez, who's Dan's son-in-law, owned the white sled, and he wanted to sell it because he was doing that for Dan. He didn't really have the love to, be tied to that thing. So Dad and I talked and said, you can't really have a pull without a sled. So if you want to control your own destiny, you kind of got to do that. So we talked to Gary, and we bought that sled. And then a few years later, Paul and Bruce kind of lost interest, and Bruce has passed away, but Paul and I are still friends. He came to a couple events last year, but not really involved in pulling anymore. So 2000 was the first year we were putting on events. Really didn't know shit about how to do any of this, and just started doing it. Luckily, the next year when Christy and I got married, she was very accepting of all of this. Of course, she knew our families have known each other, so she knew what we were involved in, but she just let it keep growing, and now we are where we are. So that's how it happened. It was kind of somebody needed to look out for the four-wheel drive trucks, because PTPA was always there, and that, but they were tractors. And back in those days, there wasn't a lot of working together, for lack of a better term, between the truck guys and the tractor guys. They had their pulls, and then
So we've been doing it 26 years.
yeah. So like Christy just said, this is our 26th year of putting on events, but over the years.
Isn't that how long Dan was doing it before he made you buy it?
Yeah, so I guess that makes me an old guy now. I don't know. Not that Dan was old, but I don't know. Maybe it's time to retire. I don't know. But
David, Matt, if Brian calls you in the next couple days, don't take the call.
yeah, I don't know. I think one of the best things for me about this whole thing is that our whole family's involved, and then getting to do this podcast with Steve, bringing him into it is cool, because you guys know at our events, you show up and Christy's there, my mom's there, a lot of times Amanda and their girls, and Lexi is there at the registration, and then the boys are doing everything and anything, and Kevin just takes care of everything else, and it's great. And Dad's there to announce, and huge part of everything. So that's why we still do it, I think, because I'm sure not for the money, because it's
Going the wrong direction.
a lot of people ask, is there any money in this sport? And so I tell, yeah, there's a lot, but it's going the wrong way. So
Yeah.
anyways,
That's
yeah.
a cool story.
That's kind of just how it started. Just one of those things. So
I feel like that was the best guest question that we've received.
Definitely.
I agree.
So future guests,
Awesome.
That was a good one.
but well done, David.
To answer this, as far as being a sled operator, I mean, I think I prefer a floating finish because you don't have to be as right on. If you get several out over 300, the crowd likes it, and it does look good. But as a puller and somebody that changes oil every 2 passes, I prefer floating finishes. I don't want to pull off.
Brian, does any do a pull off anymore?
Not out here.
I see.
But the other thing,
we also used to have a 200-foot track, right?
well, I mean, our tracks are a product of where we are. So if we're in a tight little rodeo arena, it may be a 200-foot track. But if we have room, we'd like to go 300 or more.
No, I meant when we were little, I felt like they were all 200 feet. Maybe I'm wrong. That was a long damn time ago.
Yeah. I've always
have the
known
best one.
300, but
Okay.
Yeah, anyways. The changing the oil is what gets me the worst. So, I mean, we may have to rethink our program a little bit here.
Or buy a helicopter turbine.
Yeah, and never worry
Instead of
about it
having to
again.
change the oil.
Yeah.
Change it once every 6 years, you're fine.
3,000 hours.
I can't believe when you said we've been running it 20 years, we've changed the oil a few times. Jeez. I've changed it a few times this year already.
The season hasn't started.
Oh, shit. Oh, well. Well, hey, really
Very
appreciate
good,
you
guys.
guys.
About those Hemis, I think.
Yeah. I wish we had done this podcast like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Learned something. But, oh, well.
Hey, our oil's not any cheaper. I'll tell you that, though.
Yeah, but
Oh, I
you don't
bet
have
it's
to buy it like 1/20th of the time.
Once every decade.
We didn't mean to have you question all your life choices, Brian. So
Yeah. Well,
This is the value of research.
yeah. But so we're going to transition to James, but before we do, I just really want to thank you guys for coming on and for supporting all of our pulls, and it's been great to pull with you and get to know you over the years, and appreciate you being here and answering our questions. So
Yeah. You're welcome.
So now we get to the fun part of the game with James, and take it away, Jay.
Yeah, so this is the time where we move over and play a little game. So, David, Matt, I don't know if you've seen the show before, but essentially what's going to happen tonight is I'm going to show you all a Facebook Marketplace listing, and everyone's going to take a turn and guess the asking price. It's Price is Right rules, so closest answer without going over wins. You get 1 point for being the closest and 3 points if you get the exact answer. And if you guys win, you'll get a free GSI t-shirt next year. If anyone else wins, congratulations. So we talked a little bit about sleds, and normally I show a tractor first, but this time we're looking at a pulling sled. So this is a level 6 sled. It comes with, I believe, 2 scales and a bunch of new parts and updates. I'll give you the rundown here. It's a Cummins 4BT. It's got both a 5
Garbage.
and 3-speed transmission. Comes with the Agatronics measuring system. Too many parts to list, he says. It comes with the weights, 11 in the box, 2 on the pan, and it's ready to go. It's certified already, and the only reason they're selling is for downsizing. So, Trev, maybe a potential client for your sled?
Yeah.
Dad, you have a lot of experience with sleds. Talk to me. What do you think?
Well, shit.
Can we clarify? Do you know what level 6 means, Dad? Like what?
Oh, I thought I was going to be the one to ask that. Thank you, Jay. Or Trevor, thank you.
Well, level
It's a
8's
little
the
less.
highest.
A little
Right.
less than 7, a little bit more than 5.
It's a little
So-
bit above 5 on the
Like-
level.
It's
It
probably
was, like,
not
the most helpful.
like you're not going to run the big 4-engine mods or super semis or anything like that.
Well, it's double a level 3. It's
It
kinda
is
like-
double level 3. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see it's pretty short. You're welcome.
So I got to come up with a number.
Yes,
price.
yes, that's the game. We've only
He's
been
not
doing it
played before,
28
so-
times. Yeah.
First
I'm new
time.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to just say 150,000.
150.
What the?
I don't know.
Transmission. It's only got 15 gears. That's not enough.
Not enough. Steve,
Gary had
feels
like
like-
what do you
4,000.
I don't know. 15 gears feels like a lot. Brian just bid 10,000 per gear.
it is 10,000
Uh,
a year. Yeah.
I'm going to come in lower than that. I also like the very least qualified to guess at this. I'm going to guess $81,000.
81. Kev?
I'm going to say Brian's bought the most sleds of anyone I know.
That's
Probably a
guaranteed
good
to be
estimate.
true. Like,
Yeah.
But my
It's a little lower, though.
they're
my
not level
judgment
6.
is skewed a little bit. So
100. 145.
145. Very interesting
Kevin,
choice.
never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to try
No,
to
you're good.
Steve, but we'll
No,
just
you're
leave it.
fine. That's right.
Trev, what do you think?
I'm just gonna say I was looking at the little rule book that Dad gave me, and it says level 6 can do like super farms, super stock 4-wheel drives, single engine and multi-engine tractors, but not unlimited modifieds. So, anyways, it's kind of an in
You
between.
can fit 11 weights in the box. I don't know how big the weights are, but I mean,
Plus
quite a
2 on the
bit.
pan.
Plus two.
True. Yep.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, it does come with scales, too, though. Shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 160,000.
160. Okay. David, what do you think?
$1, Bob.
$1.
Oh,
I like it.
It's a good guess.
that's
Playing the
smart.
game. Matt, you want to go $2?
I mean, David took a risk right there.
It's a
Yeah.
big risk.
I did that once. It paid off.
I'll say 100K.
100K. I like it.
That's awesome.
Okay. Well, David, unfortunately, I can tell you that you did not get it with $1. Trevor with 1/6. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 145. Kevin.
what the hell, Kev?
Okay. That's a little suspicious. I gotta
Did he get it
say.
exact? He got 3 points?
He got 3 points. He
I got
guessed
3 points,
145
dude.
exactly.
James,
Mind you,
I,
right
James,
after
James, I
guess
suggest you watch this.
of
I
150.
would, yeah.
That was,
You keep an eye.
I mean, logically a pretty bad guess, but it worked out extremely well.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It was a terrible
I,
guess. You only left
I-
yourself 5,000.
I led
$5
into.
a
Well, he
room.
had to be close. If I didn't want to go 151, if it was lower, and it was.
You got it. You know,
I
This
you
is
won.
got it.
suspicious. This is
Yeah.
suspicious.
You be suspicious all you want. I got 3 points.
He got it. Very impressive. So 3 points.
Yeah.
Thank you, James.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Congratulations.
Appreciate
Okay,
it.
this next one. Trying to think. Okay, yeah. So this is a 2003
Holy
250.
shit.
Wow.
You'll notice a little different here. So it's tuned and deleted for one, big plus, but it's got a full custom sound system. If you couldn't tell, this is not a factory option. It, I don't even speak this language, whatever this is, but it's got 32 12s in the bed. And
12-inch speakers.
yeah, well, I got that. Yeah. So 32 12-inch mid-range speakers, 8 12-inch mid-bass speakers.
Oh yeah, I don't know
It's
that.
got 16 through, I don't even know, whatever those are.
That doesn't
But-
even matter.
It says there's 16 mid-range 8s in the doors and overhead, and there's 4 18s in a wall behind the driver and passenger seat. I don't think there's any more room for 12s or 18s or any other speakers. I could tell you there's a video that comes with this. I'm not good enough to show you the video and play the sound, but it rattled my ears, and I had the volume down. I don't even know how that works, but somehow, and it's got 500 amp hours of lithium battery. So, I mean, again, I don't speak this language. I don't know what's going on here, but it's sweet, whatever it is.
It's also a transformer.
That pops up.
Yeah, it says it's a full hydraulic controlled stunt ball. So,
I bet you could break windows on an office building with this.
100%. 100%.
This is a weapon.
It is, yeah. Well, Dr. Steve, why don't you start us off?
Dr. Steve.
Thank you, Jay. I literally have no idea what this would cost. I'm going to go with, what did I guess last time?
You said
300,000?
this time.
Wait, what did I say? I think I said 81,000.
Are you really basing your guess for this off of the level 6 bowling sled?
Yeah.
Bro.
Do it. I'm going to do the same.
I mean, I have no idea how to price 60 to 100
Go for it. Yeah.
speakers. This some bitch must weigh 20,000 pounds. Like, those are massive magnets.
Yeah.
You forget about the magnets sometimes with the speakers.
Keep in mind, too, it's got the Whirly Fab tubes up front. So that adds a little bit of value, too.
True.
I'm not sure I know what that means.
Those
But-
purple things.
Well, I see the purple things, but like it doesn't.
Does-
It
Does
doesn't
that
really
make the
change
6.0
much.
It's not like there's
last
a
longer?
like it's a twin turbo or something.
No, I was kind of
They
just messing with you there.
literally-
That, was,
that was a good-
wasn't really
you-
serious. Yeah.
You did a good job. 81,000.
81,000.
Nice.
Okay, I like it.
Good job, Steve.
Kev?
I'm
do you
going to
think?
do 145 as well.
Okay,
Same as last time.
really interesting. Trev, you
But
want to go
the
160?
6 liter, I
Well,
think that's not a good motor, right?
6 liter does suck, yeah.
I had one.
Yep.
Didn't work out.
No.
Little power choke right there.
Traded it in for less than what the motor cost.
Sounds like Matthew's story.
Yeah, I had the same story, Kevin.
Yeah. Okay, well, you're in there.
With a power stroke as well.
With that same 6 liter. Yeah.
Yes.
You blew it up, didn't you?
Injectors fell out.
Oh, yeah. That was.
That's not.
After I
That's
put the new
not
motor in,
ideal.
bad injectors.
Trev?
I'm gonna base mine on Uncle Kevin's, but I'm gonna divide it by 2.
Ooh, smart.
So
It's like 70.
You're going to divide yours by 2 or Uncle Kev's by
No,
2?
Kevin's by 2.
Sorry?
Ooh.
72.5. Kevin's by 2.
Okay,
Ooh.
Kevin's by 2. Okay.
Solid move, Trev.
I like the
Really
math.
interesting. I don't know why that was necessary. You could have just said like 70, but
Well, because he wanted that. So if I just divide it by 2, then it should work.
You have double the chances. Good
He's
job.
got a really good. No, this is like a bulletproof theory.
That was smart.
for sure. David?
And I think my problem with the sled was I got to think about what somebody else would pay for it, not
And
what
it's-
I would pay for it.
Keep in mind, this is what it's listed for, too.
Because
This
you'd
isn't
pay
just
$1
what
million,
you bought it
but you
for.
have to be realistic. I get it.
I'll say 50,000.
50,000.
I
Matt?
think I went too high. Shoot.
Um,
Don't worry, Kevin.
I'll do 70, just under Trevor.
70, okay. Dad?
Does anybody say 80 yet?
Nobody said 80, but Steve did say 81.
No, he's fine. Pick 80.
$1.
$1. I like it.
With the dollar.
Good guess.
Coming in strong.
Well, I can tell you this one was listed for 50,000.
Oh!
David, dead on. 3 points.
Well done, David.
Congrats, David.
I gotta say, this is pretty impressive so far. 2 listings and 2 dead-on guesses. Very well done. Very well
We're
done.
good.
I mean, you guys might want to consider retiring.
Yeah. Well, Steve would. David, you have any experience with subs or anything like this?
Absolutely none.
No. Well, it was a good guess. It was a good guess.
Dude, I will tell you, this guy spent way more than $50,000 on that truck.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Probably
got the purple
100% more. I
pipes.
think you're right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. Next one here. We're looking at a twin 1100cc mini pulling tractor. I am heavily considering this one for
We do.
Trevor's garden tractor sled.
Yeah.
I think this thing would be pretty sweet. So they're two 4-cylinder engines. I'm
That
not
is
sure if they
rad.
run. I know it's steered by handlebars, as you can see in this middle left picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that's pretty sweet. But yeah, there was not very much information. They're just not interested in pulling no more. So it happens.
James, I'm looking at that lower right picture.
Yeah.
I feel like those two tires are not the same diameter.
You know what? I think you're right. Or this one
Oh,
looks
it's
pretty
flat.
flat.
It's flat. You're right.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, he's set up
observation.
for circle track.
That is true, Kev. That is true. Yeah. Well, Kev,
Dude.
you're
Yeah.
tied for first place right now. What do you
Ooh,
think
this
this
is
one's
tough.
listed for?
I am going to veer off of my previous two guesses. Parade's got a good guess there. I'm going to say 4,000 for this.
4,000. Okay. Trev,
Oh man, but I think we really need this first of all.
I was going to ask you
sure
that,
we
but I
do.
didn't feel the need to because I knew you were going to say it.
I don't know if Dad agrees or not, but I feel like these things are always like more expensive than you think they're gonna be. So I'm gonna go like $8,000.
Say it again.
$8,000.
8,000. Okay.
Good guess.
David,
I'll go with 5,000.
5. Okay. Matt, what do you think?
7,000.
7.
Yeah, it's in there.
Pretty close range. Dad?
Well, I just want to go back to something Trevor said. I think it was, I'm not sure if Dad would agree.
Mm-hmm.
I have a wall full of this shit, Trevor. I have
True.
a pallet rack with these things. Of course, I think we need one. Come on.
Yeah, we definitely
Come
need
on.
this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I hate to do it to Matt, but I'm gonna go 75 hundo.
7,500. Yeah. I was
I'm
going
just
to
going
say
for
we
direct
should,
hit.
we should see if this guy wants to trade, but he's not interested in pulling no more. So
No more.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
You could trade him
Steve?
something different. I
What do
mean,
you think?
first of all, those headers
What
are
do we have,
what?
Steve?
Those headers are
No.
4 feet tall.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive for sure.
What was
He might want like a little mini sprint car thing.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's a good point.
All I
Got
was
two of
saying is
those.
there are options. Like he just doesn't want to pull.
True.
Okay, let's get back to okay. So I've been bidding 81,000. I'm
Do
not
it.
going to
That's a
do
little
that.
high,
I'm not
Steve.
going to do that. But I will come in at 8,100.
Interesting. Okay.
No,
Well,
we're not trading the golf cart, John Bower.
I think John Bower just has been drinking or something because that's
It
not
must
happening.
be. Yeah. Well, this seems like an appropriate time to remind you all of a little rule I created
Oh no,
No
James.
way.
Wade.
where
Are you
if
kidding me?
everybody goes over, then I myself get a point. This one was listed for $2,000.
No way.
Shit.
Okay, we'll call it.
So,
Oh, don't
Uh,
don't worry about trading him. Let's just
Does
buy
this run?
Yes.
Where
At
is it,
this
Jay?
I
point-
don't know.
Does
It's
it
in-
matter?
Irresponsible
I
for
think
not
it's
buying
in
these
Michigan or
things.
something. It's in an inconvenient location because I was
Wait.
already thinking I was counting the money in my wallet. Not enough, by the way, but I was counting it.
No, look, my boy Todd lives in Michigan. He can go pick this up for us.
Yep.
Call him.
Yep.
Call
him.
him
We
right
need it.
now. Yeah.
Okay.
Call him
Anyways,
while we're on the show.
it is
Say, Todd.
it's definitely something to consider here. Especially, I mean, we're gonna have a garden tractor pulling sled. We might as well have the baddest
Like the-
garden
The
tractor out
best
there.
puller, yeah.
So
It's if you
Wait,
think we
do we
have
really
too many,
think
it's
this-
embarrassing to not have enough to put on a whole pull though. You know,
true.
we need
exactly,
more.
exactly.
Oh, you're saying buy more than just this one?
Oh, we need like a bunch of them.
We've got a
Okay.
couple already.
Like a flock.
I think just one more will do
A
it.
murder.
A murder, yeah.
That's
So
only if it's a crow.
at this point, we're halfway through. David and Kevin are tied for first place with 3 points each.
Yes.
I am in second place currently with 1 point. Pretty strong performance here from all three of us. The rest of you have got a little bit of catching up to do.
The rest of us are tied for third, Jay. Tied for third.
Or
Oh,
last,
that's right.
however you want to put it.
Third.
Yet to be on the board, though. So before we go into this next one, well, let me double check real quick. Yeah. Okay. So many of you may have seen, I think you can still see the screen. Yeah. Many of you may have seen, there's this viral video
Yeah, these guys flew.
boat here. Okay. I'm going to play it. These guys super fast, going 200 something miles an hour, and they go
I
airborne.
bet they pooped their
Like that.
pants right there. Oh,
Yeah. So they're both okay. I got to preface that. But many of you watching the video, probably, if you're anything like me, are thinking, how do we get in on that? So here is a 2011 Nortec 52 Roadster. And I got to say, this one is better because you can not only go, airborne or just really fast, whatever you want to do, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seats. We could all go together
That's
on
a lot
little
of seats. Yeah.
boating trip. So the other one only had 2 seats. This one,
this one's
has
way
9.
better, dude.
So it's way better, yeah. But yeah, so this is a twin Mercury Racing something engines.
It has a bathroom and beds.
Pretty sure there's 2 of these twin turbo engines. I'm not a boat guy. Again, I'm really stepping out of my comfort zone here with these listings, but so I don't know what's going on. But I know it's fast and it's newly refreshed with an hour of runtime. It's got a custom paint job. It says it seats 10, actually. I must have counted wrong, or maybe just
That's all right.
down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got a bathroom. They're
It's got a
counting the toilet.
bathroom.
Yeah,
The
the
toilet is
toilet.
one of
Oh,
those seats.
there you go. That's
right.
it. Yeah. A queen and
There's
2
2
twin
beds.
beds. They've never been used. I don't even know where they fit all this shit. Way too
I
much
think
to
it's
lift.
underneath.
Everything on this boat has been serviced and maintained. It needs nothing but a driver. So,
That's funny. That's funny right there.
Trev,
Didn't Tommy Bogosian used to race this? Brian, what was Whiskey River? Who had that?
Well, that was Jay Hartunian. That was
Oh,
Joe's nephew or Tommy's
That has
cousin.
one seat.
That was a top fuel hydro. That was
Yeah.
like
No,
only
I know it
one
wasn't
person
like-
can get hurt at a time.
right. I know it wasn't like this, but like they did this boat racing, which is insane.
What? I think that was drag racing, Steve, like a
Yeah.
like a quarter mile or whatever, but super
Yeah.
fast.
Yes.
Top fuel.
Jay
This looks
also
way more
broke
fun.
his neck.
But the one
in his
that
boat.
flipped over. Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Boy, way to bring us down, Brian. But
Well,
the
you
one that
brought it
flipped
up,
over,
Steve.
the one that flipped over, it was like that. It was a
Dick.
drag boat, right?
No,
It was like a top speed boat, like one of those fast
The-
rascals.
what Jay did was like a quarter mile, like a funny car, but on water.
Yeah.
What we were watching over there was like a long range fastened
Yeah.
guy.
I see.
Yep.
Like
They
salt,
only
like
had
Bonneville.
two big ass screw blower motors on it too.
Yeah, I saw that picture. They were like sort of laying in there, kind of funny afterwards.
Yeah. That's a lot.
they were all okay.
They
though.
were laying in there funny afterwards.
Yeah, they
like-
were still there. Believe it or not. All right,
Probably
Trev,
get a good deal on that one.
I bet. I couldn't find it though. Trev, what do you think?
I'm gonna say $300,000.
300,000. Okay, David.
How about 250?
250. Matt, any boating experience?
No, not that I can claim. No.
Okay. What do you think about this one?
Does the trailer come with it? I didn't see it in the listing.
No, it does
that's a
not
good
come
question.
with it. It's on the ad. It said that you could add it on, but that was not included in the price.
Oh, that's.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I'm
so
glad
it's
you
just,
asked.
just the boat.
Just the boat. Yeah.
That's a special trailer too. Yeah, park that
Yeah.
thing crooked on there.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I don't know. I'll go. I'll go on the lower side, 180.
180. Okay. Dad?
Well, I'm really not a boat guy, but that just looks expensive.
Does.
I'm gonna say 400,000.
400. Okay. Steve?
Well, my brother just stole my guess. I mean, I know what I should do. I should go with
Go for
810.
go 399,000.
Yeah,
No.
do it, Steve.
Yeah,
It'll
do it.
probably
I'm
work.
not gonna do it. I'm gonna be, I think, generous with my brother, and I'm gonna go in at 450.
450.
Leave him a
Okay.
little bit of room.
Kev,
Appreciate that.
what do you think?
I don't know if you, my nephews know this, but I used to have a boat with Uncle Craig.
Did not know that.
Mm.
So like a,
It was pretty much like that, wasn't
I
it?
imagine it was similar, right?
I bet it got
Uh,
loaded the same direction.
it floated. I mean, it went in the water. What's the highest one, Jay?
That would be
Don't you worry about
450.
that, Kevin.
I'm gonna go. That's an expensive boat. It's
Mhm.
got speakers.
Yeah, not
We'll
as
go
many as the one
450.
before, but
We'll
got a
go
couple.
451, but I think that's rude.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
452,
475.
475.
Give
Okay,
him
that
give him
seems
some
fair.
space.
You guys are being nice today.
Well, I can tell you, we are definitely lacking experience in the luxury boat industry because this one was listed for $699,995.
Oh man.
That's an
Hello.
expensive boat. I was
Also-
halfway / definitely hoping someone would say 700,000, but unfortunately, didn't happen.
I-
Uncle Kev,
I was this close to saying
What?
810, so
What?
Well-
Jay, it cut out. What'd you say?
good job,
Nothing.
Kev. You got
nothing,
No.
Kevin.
No, the number thing cut out. Anyway, okay. I think you
Anyway.
were saying I should have gone with my gut instinct.
Oh, well, that I wasn't saying that, but you're right. 690,000 would have been good.
Yeah.
That would have been solid.
But Uncle Kev, with a guess of 475, is going to get
Nice.
the point. So breaking away a little bit there. First place, Uncle Kev, 4 points. Second place, David, 3 points. I'm still in third place with 1 point. Everyone else is still in last place. And
Fourth.
yeah. So this next one here, this one's a fun one. He calls it the poor choices. And I'll just read it. I'll just read it straight up. So he says, what you see here for sale was once a useful rider mower that was parked and awaited the scrapyard. It now has been reborn not only as a poor financial choice, but as well as overall bad decision for your general health and well-being. This lawnmower is not useful in the slightest for cutting grass or even safe transportation. What does it do, you might ask? Well, it makes you rethink your life's decision when everything you've ever done in your life passes before your eyes as you let out the clutch in fifth gear. Poetic, really. Wondering why you got on a lawnmower that was designed for 6 miles an hour, but now built to run 60 miles an hour plus. Sketchy is the biggest understatement you could use to describe it. It has a good working clutch, good working gas pedal, and a good working clutch. Said it twice. No brakes.
Two of them.
It is not a requirement to have a genuine born-again relationship with Jesus in order to ride this mower, but it is strongly recommended as it is a requirement to get into heaven. He's really not trying to sell it too hard, is he?
Phenomenally written. I didn't know that Lonnie could write that well.
That's what I was thinking too.
This is Lonnie again.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's Lonnie. It doesn't have brakes.
No, it's
And
the
that is-
same.
don't forget,
same
that's a
fundamental
safety feature.
philosophy of he's doing the world a favor by trying not to sell it and having no
Of
brakes so
course.
people don't want to use it.
Because otherwise everybody would want to drive it.
And I'll tell you, this bottom right picture was a video, and he was moving. He was moving good.
Do you think 60 was an exaggeration, Jay, based on that video, or do you feel like that was accurate?
I would say 60 would definitely be in the ballpark. It was
Okay.
like
You got to
I
do
was
that.
kind of worried when he was getting up on that curve. The video cut out before, so I'm sure he's okay. But I was getting a little worried. Just got to say that. So, David, we're going to start this one off with you. What do you think about this machine here?
I was just thinking, this is being married to an attorney's talking now, that whoever he sells this to is going to sue him so hard.
Valid.
Yeah, I
For
don't know if there's
sure.
grounds there. He's definitely trying to cover his bases with the
I
description.
mean, he did disclose.
He capitalized no in the no
Right.
breaks sentence.
For sure.
Let's see. What's he going to sell this or try to sell this for? $5,000.
$5,000.
Oh,
Matt,
Well, I'm gonna go with a 5, but I'm gonna go 500.
500.
Ooh.
Okay. Dad,
1250.
1250.
shoot. I'm losing you guys.
Dr. Steve,
I mean, we don't know what engine he has in this.
I'd assume it's the original one just built.
You think
no.
that they got that up to 60 miles an hour?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
that
these
would-
things go crazy. Well, they start with 2 horsepower. You get it to 25, and then
It's like,
that's all you need.
yeah, it's like times 12.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I want to say 3,400.
3,400. Kev,
Also, please tell me that this guy put his phone number.
I
in there.
literally lost you guys for about 10
I tried.
seconds. What were the
we've
No, you
got
just have to
quite
guess.
the
You have
range
to
here.
guess.
5,000, 500, 1,250, 3,400,
I was gonna say 600.
600.
Wow.
Trev, I'd call you cheating, Trev, but you're not doing so hot tonight. What do you think?
No.
I'm gonna go 1,300.
1,300? Well, you're wrong. This one listed for $500.
Whoa, dude.
Dead
Nice.
on. This
Nice
is
guess.
incredibly impressive from our 2 guests here. 2 dead on answers. Matt, David, both with 3 points. Uncle Kev with 4 points. Again, I'm in 3rd place with 1 point. And this last listing here, we're going into the final round of the night. And Matt, David, the last listing I'm going to show you, we're going to go through and guess the price like we have been doing. And then we're going to go back through reverse order, and you're going to guess the location. And the closer you get, the more points you get. And that's completely at my discretion. So there's a lot of points on the table here. A lot.
Like there are literally 1 zillion points on the table.
There's no limit. So
Wow. Okay.
we're going airborne here. Here is a 1974 Helio Courtier. I figured if we're looking at a boat that's potentially going to go airborne, we should look at a plane that's potentially going to go waterborne here. They say they've loved this airplane, but it doesn't make economical sense anymore, which no fun thing does. And it was their best performer, but they just put a new engine into their other Helio last season and would like to get a little more time out of it. So it comes with the Fair 3430s. I assume that's the floats. And engine has, isn't that like,
It must be the
Since
number of
motor
hours
overhaul.
or something.
It's
I think it's since motor overhaul.
yeah.
Okay. But
Something
it's
like
got to be
that.
in hours, right?
In
Like
hours,
that's-
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got 1,020 on the engine and prop. Don't know if that's a lot, but empty weight, 2513, useful load, 1287. That's all I got. Matt, we're going to start this one off with you. It's tough, but just guess the price here.
Um, 100K.
100K. Okay. Dad?
75,000.
75. Okay. Steve?
I've literally never priced an airplane, but I will say, if you're going to sell an airplane, don't lead off with "it doesn't make economical sense."
Well, for them. But like I
Yeah.
said, economical things aren't always.
It might make it to somebody though. It might make sense.
Okay, so 62,100.
100K? 100K?
No, 62,100. 62,100.
62,100.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry,
I
I must
misheard
have
you
cut
there.
out. Yeah,
Kev?
62,100.
What'd they say? Did somebody say 100 something?
Just 100 flat.
Feel like it's probably more than that. One for 150, and I hope they change the oil because what I know about aircraft, 1,000 hours.
Yeah,
Let's change it.
it's true.
It's a really valid point, actually.
Well, I know a lot about like at least turbine engines. I know quite
For sure, yeah.
a substantial amount.
Doing your research, huh?
Yeah, he's doing his research all night.
He's doing his research. Trev, what do you think?
I gotta plug this thing in. It's gonna die.
Um,
This gets embarrassing. I gotta go over here.
is there anything between 100 and 150 or just
About 50,000.
okay?
Dude nails it.
Yeah, I'll go 110,000.
110. All right, David. What do you think?
85.
85. Okay. Now we're going to go back through reverse order, guessing the location now. David, what do you think? Where was it listed from?
Tacoma, Washington.
Okay, that's a good guess.
Wait, is it a good guess?
I like the guess.
Okay.
I don't know if it's good or not, but Trev, what do you think?
When you said it was good.
You know, I feel like this could either screw me or go really well. I'm gonna go Anchorage, Alaska.
Anchorage, Alaska. Kev?
I was gonna say Alaska as well. Is there like a city right next to Anchorage or something?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, Valdez.
Let's just say South Anchorage. Alaska.
Wow, that's cold.
Extremely
cold.
specific. I like it. Dr. Steve?
Oh, I'm Ketchikan, Alaska, because when we did our cruise, I saw some stuff like this in Ketchikan.
Okay. Dad?
Well, I actually am going with our dad, and I'm going Juneau, Alaska.
You know. Okay. All right, Matt. You're the last guest of the night here. What do you think?
I'm going to go East Coast and say Maine, the state of Maine. I don't
Damn
know.
it, that does look like Maine. That's a good guess.
It's good. Lots of popularity in Alaska. I'll tell you, you were the furthest, Matt, without having to check the map. But I really appreciate the
Hey, you got to swing for the
Motivation.
fences sometimes.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
yeah.
it was
So
worth it.
I could tell you it was listed for not $600, actually $150,000. There's a little typo there, but $150,000. Kev,
Anchorage.
dead on again with 3 points just for the price. And then it was in Anchorage, Alaska. Now I'm pulling up.
Which part?
This is where it gets a little tricky.
Whereabouts in Anchorage was this raft?
Well, because it kind of just looks
you
like
better
Anchorage.
give Trevor
to me.
North Anchorage. If I
Yeah, I'll
South
give
Anchorage.
Trevor North Anchorage. It's actually the list. Okay, when I hit the button,
Bro, the ocean is south of Anchorage. It has to be south.
well, it's kind of on
That's
a
on
little
a lake,
point,
probably.
right? But it actually looks like from where when I clicked the show in map,
Mhm.
it brought me to the north of Anchorage. So
Damn, that's
Yeah.
good, because otherwise Kevin was
And
going to
honestly-
get 62 million points.
it doesn't. That's true.
Is it Central Anchorage? Shoot.
No, it's to the north side. So I'm going to give Trev 3 points for his Anchorage guess. Kev,
That's
I'm going
fair.
to give you 2 just because it
pretty
kind
good
of
guess.
lacked a little bit of creativity, and you were on the wrong side of Anchorage, I suppose.
That's fair. That's fair enough. It was.
But Kev, it doesn't matter because with 5 points in the round and you're already 4 points, brings you to a total of 9.
That's
And
good.
Dude, that might be a record, by
That's
the
a
way.
good score, guys.
I don't think it's a record, but it is up there for 6 listings. Very impressive.
Thank you.
Trev, you really brought it back there at the end with your Anchorage guess.
Good job, Trev.
Giving
Sorry,
you
I
3
did.
points for that.
I creeped in on your answer there.
So-
Sorry, Trev.
Trevor, David, and Matt, you're all tied for second place with 3 points. Very impressive showings from you all, especially without having played this game 27
Good try.
other times. Steve and Dad, not quite as impressive, but it's okay. It happens.
We got 4th place. We're fine with that.
Top 5.
Solid
We got a
effort.
top 5.
Yeah, you did get last place.
4th.
Again, I'm still in 3rd place, 1 point. So decent showing from me there. One of my better ones. Overall, great show. Thank you all for coming on and having me.
Hey, that's a good parting question.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Dad wants to know what RPMs do they run in the White Lightning?
27,000 RPM.
Holy
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Do you know how fast your tires are spinning? Like, what's your wheel speed at that RPM?
About 50, 55.
Wow.
Wow.
Man. That's a lot of RPMs. If we
a
tried
lot of
that, we'd
Rs.
never have to change the oil again.
It changed itself almost halfway there.
Never be able to change the oil.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to worry about bringing that tractor around anymore.
Oh, golly. Wow. Well, Matt, David, thank you guys again for joining us. Really appreciate you being here and playing along. James, great job as always on the marketplace game. Kev, yeah, you nailed it again. Trev, good job. Steve, you and I suck apparently, but whatever.
No, we're very good at this.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. But looking ahead to next week, I'm excited. Our mom is going to be our guest.
What?
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
our show before Mother's Day because Mother's Day Sunday. We come on Monday, so figured we'd get ahead of the game, start Mother's Day week off right.
That's gonna be
So-
That's a good one.
I've talked to her about it, and she said yes. So hopefully she doesn't change her mind. But
we should
Nice.
be notifying the viewers to come up with questions for Grammy.
it's a great idea.
For the
And
Grammy.
also, another thought. I don't want to give all the secrets away, but Mom grew up, I believe, in Alameda County, and we're going back to the Alameda County Fair this summer. Maybe Mom should drive Yellow Fever.
Oh no, I
100%.
lost you guys.
So,
Feels
anyways,
like
we'll
a
figure
good
something
idea.
out. Maybe we'll get her agree to. We'll put up a post, and if we get like 10 likes, she can drive the truck. That'd be pretty cool. So, anyways, excited to have Mom on as our guest. Also, Wednesday night of this week, go check out West Coast Pullers with John, Chris, and Jason, and whoever their special guest might be this week. But I think they start at 6:00 Wednesday nights. West Coast Pullers live. So, anyways, Matt, David, thank you again for joining us. Thank you everybody
Thanks,
for
guys.
watching,
Yeah.
playing along, and we look forward to seeing. Are you guys be in Dixon in a couple weeks?
Yeah.
We will be there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Who's driving? Which one of you is driving
Uh,
it in Dixon?
Oh,
I got to remember who drove last.
Oh, you haven't flipped the coin yet.
They got to look at the result sheet from the last event and see who drove.
Fair enough.
So,
Well, good luck up there.
I think it's David's turn.
cool.
Good luck.
Very good. Well, thank you everybody for playing along and watching, and we look forward to seeing everybody next week. Have a great week.
Thanks. You
Bye,
too.
guys.
thanks, guys.
See ya.
Hey.